So hi guys and girls, it's Harry from Visordown.com. Hope you're all doing well. And today we're trying something a little bit different. We're going to try and engage a few more people from our community and talk about the new things that are happening in the motorcycle industry. And I suppose the best thing to start with is the new release of the Zero SR/F motorcycle. So what we're going to focus on this week is electric bikes, the benefits, the drawbacks, and also get your thoughts and opinions on whether you'd get one, or if you've got one, tell us what they're like, and would you recommend them to a friend and stuff like that. So we'll start with the benefits of an electric bike. The financial benefits include the financial incentives that the government give. So I think it's up to about 20% value of the bike that you can get knocked off if you buy a new electric bike. I think that in terms of what that actually equates to, it's about £1,500 if you buy a relatively expensive motorcycle. Another financial incentive is no road tax, and cheaper running costs. There's less moving parts on an electric bike, so there's less things to go wrong. We'll get to how that could be negative as well later, but for now we'll just focus on the benefits. For example, on the Energica Ego, which has 145 brake horsepower, it also pretty much instantly produces 200 Newton meters worth of torque as well. So, a lot of the time as you accelerate on bigger, more powerful bikes, you feel the torque. The power will get you past those high sort of speeds, 150 plus mile an hour, but it's the torque that you really feel as you accelerate very, very quickly. So that's one big benefit of electric bikes, is the way it produces its power. In terms of keeping the neighbours happy, if you're on your morning commute or if you're doing a bit of off-roading on a KTM free ride or something like that, it is just the lower nuisance levels. There is no noise to ride an electric motorcycle. Of course, there's a little whine from the engine, but there's no sort of like loud, revvy start-ups in the morning or anything like that. Now, I think one thing that kind of held electric bikes back for quite a while was just their design and the way they looked and their sort of blockiness, but I really do think that's kind of disappeared now. They're really up to par with conventional petrol-powered bikes in terms of design and looks. In some ways, even exceeding their expectations. To name one which really stuck out for me was the RMK E2, which is a relatively small brand, but they seem to be doing things in quite a different and unique way. So definitely check them out. And for all you green freaks out there, they are somewhat eco. I don't know the exact science behind, how much energy it took to build the batteries and extract all those raw materials, honestly. But, when you do run them, they aren't emitting fumes. And, with a battery life of around about 5 years, at least that's what the warranty covers on most electric bikes, it seems pretty eco-friendly to me. Okay, so moving on to the negatives then. So, the noise, or having no noise rather, could be seen as kind of like a safety issue. It really depends on where you're riding, the kind of riding that you're doing and things like this, but particularly in urban situations, I can see not having that exhaust noise is a little bit of a negative. Especially with the amount of pedestrians that like to cross out on you in between traffic and things like that. Being a bit of a silent devil might be an issue. Alright, so another thing negative with the electric bikes is the range. So, Zero are claiming a 200 mile range with their new power tank system, which is out later on this year. But, for the most part, electric bikes are coming in around about 125 miles maximum on eco mode. If you're going to faster roads, then that's going to go down even more. So you're looking at sort of like 90 miles if you're doing sort of 70 mile an hour sort of roads and stuff like that. So another issue then, another negative of an electric bike is the charging system. So it can take up to 3 to 4 hours to get a full charge out of normal sort of electric bikes. If you do choose to upgrade to the fast charging system that a lot of companies provide, Energica and Zero included, you can get it down to about sort of 30-35 minutes. I suppose for the people that are really all about petrol power, I suppose you do lose a bit of feel when you ride an electric bike. That's part of the thrill of riding a bike, petrol powered bike, sorry, is feeling the engine and feeling the power and hearing it and all the sort of vibrations that it gives you and stuff like that. So I suppose you could argue that electric bikes do lose a bit of feel in some way, but they also have their own vibe going on, so it's a hard one to choose. Also, I think what's worth mentioning is that some electric bikes do have artificial noise, which is interesting. I'm yet to hear what they sound like, but it could be pretty interesting. Okay, so I said earlier that there's less maintenance with electric bikes, and in a weird way, less maintenance could actually be a bit of a negative for the purists out there. People that like to work on their bikes, people that like to fiddle around and tinker with things. You know, there's obviously less to do on electric bikes, so you know you might not feel as connected to your machine as you would if you were checking the internals and check the valve timers and stuff like that. But that's it's quite a unique thing. Not many people would probably be that concerned about doing less maintenance on their bike, but some would. So I'm sure I've missed out a load of positives and negatives. So please be sure to write down all the comments that I missed out in the comment section below. Play nice, people. Play nice. So I've been Harry Mackenzie for Visordown.com. Hope you all have a good day.